Hello there, you're watching Vnews Bulletin. I'm Vungo presenting you today's top stories as usual.
President inspects special amnesty work in Dong Nai. Prime Minister chairs government meeting on social economic situation. And later on, Nibbing among 12 coolest movie filming locations in Asia, US magazine.
On August 3rd, President Nguyễn Xuân Phúc visited Xuân Lộc Prison in Xuân Lộc District, Dong Nai Province, to inspect the work of amnesty here.
President Phúc said since 2007, 7 amnesty decisions were implemented, allowing more than 87,000 prisoners to go free before their prison terms. Over the past time, the amnesty work has been carried out cautiously, objectively, and democratically in accordance with regulations and ensuring political and legal requirements, he stressed. President Phúc asked prisons and detention centers to ensure that the amnesty benefits the right persons, thus ensuring the humanitarian meaning of the policy. Party committees, authorities, and relevant organizations in localities should enhance their support for released prisoners so that they can quickly reintegrate into society, he added. The leader cited a decision on amnesty on the occasions of the 77th anniversary of National Day.
Prime Minister Phạm Minh Chính stressed the need to ensure the stability of the macroeconomy, markets of different kinds, politics and people's material and spiritual life while chairing a regular government meeting on August 3rd.
At the hybrid event, Prime Minister Chính also urged keeping a closer watch on the situation, intensifying preventive and grassroots healthcare and vaccination, and enhancing disciplines. Chính pointed out uncertainties in the first 7 months of this year, including unprecedented ones such as the conflict in Ukraine, soaring oil and gas prices, inflation in many countries, and epidemics. Meanwhile, the domestic economy has shown limited resilience to external shocks, he noted. Apart from achievements, problems still remain such as inflation pressure and risk, price fluctuations, and low public investment disbursement, he said, adding that some socio-economic recovery and development targets have yet to meet expectations.
Politburo Member and permanent member of the Secretariat of the Party Central Committee, Võ Văn Thưởng, is on a visit to the Republic of Korea. Join us to see his activities on August 3rd.
Meeting with Kim Chin-pyo, Speaker of the National Assembly of the Republic of Korea, and the other Korean National Assembly officials, Thưởng briefed them about Vietnam's development and foreign policy. He suggested that the Korean National Assembly, together with the National Assemblies of Vietnam, actively implement the agreements reached during Chairman Vương Đình Huê's visit to the Republic of Korea in December 2021. Thưởng also asked the Korean side to continue supporting the stance of ASEAN and Vietnam on promoting peace and cooperation in the EC. Speaker Kim emphasized that cooperation with Vietnam is a model for relations with other countries of the Republic of Korea. They agreed and actively exchanged opinions on the issues raised by the Vietnamese side. On the same day, the party Secretariat permanent member also had meetings and exchanges with a number of government officials and the Korean business community.
Vietnamese Minister of Foreign Affairs Bùi Thanh Sơn attended the 55th ASEAN Foreign Ministers meeting, which opened in Phnom Penh, Cambodia on August 3rd morning.
Addressing the opening ceremony, Cambodian Prime Minister Samdech Techo Hun Sen recalled ASEAN's 55-year history and its beyond expected achievements, making Southeast Asia a region of cooperation, development, and trust. He underscored the regional and global uncertainties caused by multidimensional impacts of COVID-19, tensions among major countries, and crises in Myanmar and Ukraine. More than ever, ASEAN needs to unite, promote its centrality, and strive to build a cohesive, inclusive, and cooperative community with the spirit of unity in diversity, Hun Sen urged. Shortly prior to the opening ceremony, Foreign Minister Bùi Thanh Sơn and his counterparts from other ASEAN nations paid a courtesy call to Prime Minister Hun Sen. Sun also had a meeting with Prak Sokhom, Cambodian Deputy Prime Minister and Minister of Foreign Affairs and International Cooperation. They agreed to further reinforce the bilateral ties by maintaining and increasing the exchange of high-level delegations and meetings, as well as comprehensive cooperation mechanisms.
Vietnam expects that the related parties will restrain and avoid complicating the situation in Taiwan Strait, spokeswoman of the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, Lady Thu Hằng, said on August 3rd.
Responding to reporters' query on the current Taiwan Strait situation, Hằng affirmed that Vietnam has consistently implemented the One China policy. Vietnam hoped the relevant parties will actively contribute to maintaining peace and stability and promote cooperation and development in the region and the world as well, the spokeswoman noted.
FDI disbursements in Vietnam reached $11.57 billion in the first 7 months of this year, up 10.2% compared to the same period last year.
Vietnam raked in about $15.4 billion in FDI during the period, a year-on-year decline of over 7%, according to the Foreign Investment Agency under the Ministry of Planning and Investment. Newly registered investment totaled $5.27 billion, down 43% year-on-year. The Foreign Investment Agency announced that processing and manufacturing lost the largest share of FDI. The real estate came second. Singapore led the 88 countries and territories investing in Vietnam with $4.3 billion, making up 27.7% of total FDI. It was followed by the Republic of Korea with $3.26 billion, equivalent to 21%.
The export value of forestry products in July dropped by 5.5% from the previous month to $1.41 billion, also down 1.6% from the same period last year.
According to the Forestry Department, under the Ministry of Agriculture and Rural Development, the figure for the 7-month period from January to July was estimated at $10.4 billion, up 1.3% year-on-year. Main markets for Vietnamese forestry products are the US, Japan, China, the EU, and the Republic of Korea, which together brought nearly $9.4 billion worth of products, or 90% of the total export value. A 4.9% year-on-year reduction in the U.S. market was to be blamed for the decrease in the total forestry export value this year, even though shipments to the other 4 major markets continued to post growth.
So far, more than 138,300 laborers in Ho Chi Minh City have received housing rent support under the Prime Minister decision, according to the Municipal Department of Labor, Invalids and Social Affairs.
The decision, dated March 28, 2022, aims to assist workers who face housing difficulties and to help enterprises maintain production and to take back employees who left the country's largest economic hub for their hometowns during the COVID-19 pandemic. Under the decision, laborers working in enterprises will receive 500,000 Vietnamese dong, or equivalent to $22 per person each month, and those returning to the labor market, 1 million Vietnamese dong. The policy targets some 3.4 million laborers. The department proposed the Municipal Department's committee to instruct the localities to start up the work, noting that dossiers should be submitted to competent agencies before August 15, and the disbursements must be done at the end of August.
Bestowed with a year-round cool climate, many households in Bắc Cạn province have invested in cold water fish farming associated with tourism in recent times and initially posted good results.
That is the salmon and sturgeon farm owned by Mr. Đặng Hành Dũng in Yên Dương County, Ba Bể District. Since combining raising fish with tourism, the number of visitors to his farm has increased, resulting in higher fish consumption. Mr. Dũng farm is quite large, earning him hundreds of millions of Vietnam dong a year.
Sturgeon and salmon bring high profits and are suitable for the local climate, so I chose cold water fish farming as a business startup.
There are 4 farms in Bắc Cạn province raising salmon and sturgeon. Thanks to the climate, local salmon and sturgeon products are good quality and have found favor among consumers.
We began raising fish in November and can harvest now. Large fish can be sold to restaurants in other localities.
Some salmon and sturgeon farms are located high in the mountains where the climate is cooler and the landscapes are beautiful, so fish farm owners have combined fish rearing with tourism. Visitors can sightsee at the farms and nearby, enjoy some fish dishes, and learn about the culture of the local people.
This model helps create more tourism products, such as community tourism, experiential tourism, and agri-tourism. It also helps farmers expand their markets.
The result shows that cold water fish farming combined with tourism is a new and highly effective business. It promises to be a means of helping sustainable reduction in mountainous and ethnic minority areas.
Vietnam has remained in the world's top fastest-growing destinations, expanding 50 to 70% monthly since the beginning of 2022, according to the Vietnam National Administration of Tourism.
Vietnam welcomed 954,000 international tourists in the first 7 months of 2022, a ninefold increase from the same time last year. The growth in the number of foreign visitors averaged 62% per month during the January-July period, the administration said. Most of the foreign visitors came from Asia-Pacific, including the Southeast Asian nations of Cambodia, Singapore, Thailand, and Malaysia. The Republic of Korea was Vietnam's largest source of tourists during the period, followed by the U.S. Though small, the number of travelers from Europe has been on the rise, with a relatively high growth, particularly those from the UK, France, and Germany. Search volumes for accommodations in Vietnam last month hit 100 points, 5.9 times higher than the start of March, 17 points. Most of the traffic was from the US, Australia, Singapore, India, and Japan. Meanwhile, the search volumes for foreign destinations by Vietnamese travelers in July soared 780% year-on-year as international travel has rebounded.
The Gong Culture of the Central Highlands is being highlighted at an exhibition that recently opened in the southern province of Bà Rịa Vũng Tàu.
Entitled Gong Culture Past and Present, the exhibition features writings and dozens of images of gongs, as well as the traditional outfits of the Ede, Mân Nông, and Zarai ethnic groups. It aims to bring the land and culture of the Central Highlands closer to visitors from far and wide, while raising public awareness about preserving the value of Gong culture and contributing to promoting the diverse culture of ethnic groups around the country. The exhibition will run until August the 8th. UNESCO recognized the space of Gong culture in the Central Highlands as a masterpiece of the oral and intangible cultural heritage of humanity in 2005. 3 years later, it added the space of Gong culture in the Central Highlands to the list of the intangible cultural heritage of humanity. Gong performances are always closely tied to the community cultural rituals and ceremonies of ethnic groups, as the gongs are classified as a ceremonial musical instrument that communicates with deities and gods.
The northern province of Nibbing, where Hollywood blockbuster Kong School Island was filmed in 2016, was named one of the 12 coolest movie filming locations in Asia, according to the U.S. magazine Travel Plus Leisure.
The $190 million film was shot in Chang'an Limestone Complex, Long Lagoon, and Tam Cốc, where limestone karst marines rise out of the waters. Travel Leisure wrote, the Nibbing area is known as the inland cousin of Hạ Long Bay. Scenically similar, though significantly smaller, it has far fewer visitors. The Chang'an area where scenes were shot is listed as part of the UNESCO World Heritage Area, where it has several unique Buddhist pagodas and temples. Situated around 2 hours from Hanoi, Nibbing was home to ancient capital of Hoa Lu during the reign of the Ding dynasty. It was overlooked by foreign tourists for years until Kong School Island was filmed there, giving it a global reputation.